We're still morning, actually. Can you look?
Yes,
here we are. It's
morning.
okay. It's fun. Leave it rolling. This is Matt Brill Talk Show with you here. Today we combined forces with allconservative.com. Of course, George Nemo with you, Matt Brill Talk Show. We are here at church, at Southgate Church, and we just ended. We did a couple interviews, as you see. I'm a little wound up because I talked to so many great people. But I cannot look who I ran into, and I cannot let her go. And thank God she said yes. With me today, ladies and gentlemen, the shaker and the maker, and that's what the show is about, is Shelby Busch. Shelby,
Hello.
She represents. I'm gonna let you do the talking because to talk about We the People AZ Alliance, We the People USA Alliance. Can you explain all that to me so that way we can start our conversation?
Sure. So We the People AZ Alliance was sprung
Come closer,
out
okay.
of
This way. Yeah, this way to me.
This
Yeah,
way.
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So We the People AZ Alliance was kind of rooted out of the need for what happened in our elections.
Right.
Right. Things went really bad in 2020. We knew it. We had investigated it. So we started.
So the whole thing started when you did that walk from the election to the. Is that when it started, really? When you did the walk from the election to the Capitol?
That's
when you all
kinda
got
when it
exhausted?
started.
I was there, by the way.
Yeah, with Congressman Gosar.
With God, that's really what the whole. Because a lot of people ask me, all your videos, or they demonetized me everywhere, and they took down my videos. It was always about your show, about We the People, and I was wondering, how did the whole thing, if you're so fresh, why are they so vindictive? Not that I want to interrupt you. Where's that vindictiveness come from the other side on the front of We the People? Because you're representing everyone.
The foundation that we try to live on, especially with the values that we share and what we're doing, is truth.
Right.
And there is nothing that Satan fears more than truth.
I was wondering, it took me away. We would talk about something, it took me here. It's maybe I think Jesus talking through me, because it's like you do so much for everyone. When you say We the People AZ Alliance, or you're not saying we're only doing this and this. You're doing AZ, and we're doing USA, we're doing the whole country. And you're trying to solidify the election integrity in the common sense, one word for all, from what I'm gathering. But yet people take it the wrong way. Can you explain this to me, why we having this difficulty as we represent it? I'm talking about the people, not the government officials, because that's another matter. I'm talking about we the people. Can you elaborate on this, or you don't want to elaborate on that?
The people in general?
In general, the people we know, our constituents. They attacking Matt Brill Talk Show, they attacking We the People, they keep spamming your videos. Every time I post a video from We the People, they spam it. That's really how things starts.
To me, it really just goes back to what I've said.
Yeah.
When you speak truth, when you are truth,
right,
and you try to live your life in truth,
right,
the enemy fears that. And the enemy lives in the Republican Party.
Right.
The enemy lives in the Democrat Party. And the enemy lives in our communities, right? And so when you're speaking truth,
right,
and Satan wants to shut that truth down, he's going to use anybody who's willing and able to do it, to attack us, to discourage us,
right,
to silence us. And so that tells us we're on the right track, and we have to just keep speaking those truths.
What keeps you strong? You and Steve Robertson, obviously, you're both directors. I mean, I know you're a chair for the We the People AZ Alliance. I've known you now for almost a couple of years. But what keeps you ticking daily? You and Steve, with all these blows and all the shots that people take, because everybody knows who you are from my show, because everybody knows I represent you all the time. I put all the shows for you. I do all the speeches and all the stuff you do. Everybody's familiar, but they always ask me, when are you going to talk to you? So remember, I was trying to talk to you every time. We kept getting cut off. We got trouble. Or they moved us. You remember at the Capitol? We always tried. So now we have this time to address these little issues. Can you tell me what makes you tick? This is personal now. It's not even politics. How do you live with you and Steve, with this constant barrage of different attacks? I call it barrage because I'm going through the same thing, because when they go to you, they come to me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not easy some days. It hurts.
It hurts.
I think people just assume that if you keep moving forward and you keep pressing, that it doesn't hurt, but it does. It hurts. I keep moving forward because I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in the truth. And on those days I find myself discouraged, God sends me people to encourage me. He puts people around me. He encourages me. And I look at my kids and my grandkids, and I look at the direction this country is going, and I say, I'm going to stay in this fight until either the battle is won or Jesus comes back.
Well, I could tell ordinary people doing extraordinary things, ladies and gentlemen. I've watched Shelby Busch and Steve Robinson, if I may mention him too, even though he's not here. This is a couple that are a treasure to the fabric on the foundation of the United States of America. This is not even about white or black and blue. This is all about what was our liberty, what was founded on, the Constitution and the Republic, and the Declaration of First Amendment, second, that's coming from God. And it shocks me sometimes, the stuff that they go over. And the reason why this interview was about you, wasn't about the stuff that you do, is because we're human first. And I see the blows that you're getting on a daily basis. I was hoping that if I could, maybe the viewers out there will have some heart to understand, like, if they're not evil now. If it's evil, it's understandable.
Right.
We know how to ignore the evil. But if we know you, like, we don't want you to be that person. Does that make sense? Because I could talk to you, because same people that just finished with you, they come to me. So what would you say to them if you want to talk to them on camera? Like, what would you say to these people that are always attacking? We Christians, we don't attack. I don't attack people.
Right.
So what do you tell them? Like, in prayer, I'm going to just, hopefully you go away?
So what I would say is most attacks are rooted out of insecurity. They're rooted out of fear. And so what I would say to those people is God calls us to edify one another. He calls us to lift each other up, to support each other. And when you feel that you need to start attacking other people to validate yourself, turn to God and let Him speak to your heart.
Oh, that's really nice.
Because that's not who we are supposed to be.
Right.
And it's simple and it's easy, but the old adage, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all.
Well, this is why this is unorthodox kind of an interview today with. I've wanted to do this like almost 3 months ago at the state capitol, because I pray for them as well on a daily basis, as much as for me, because when they come to me, they already mentioned you. They always say, "Why do you put on these videos? Why do you put it?" And I don't tell you guys because you're already in your own dilemma of attacks, so I let it go usually. And I'm laughing. You might see me laughing because my faith in God is stronger than any human, and I don't follow nothing but Jesus. So at the end of the day, you could block me, you could take me down, but don't take down the shakers and the makers, which is you, because you guys cover more ground. Like I cover a little bit, but you guys cover the whole ground. Let's talk political now. Like I know you can't mention names, but are we going in the right direction? I know this is for the people that follow me all the time. They know exactly where I'm going. Where are we right now? Like politically, right? We don't know. Like they keep saying, this is a rhino, this is establishment, this is like, we name each other like more than the Democrats names us,
Right, right.
I'm talking about officials.
Absolutely.
But how do we navigate through this? As a media, I'm getting confused because I'm also getting shut down from different venues, which is, it makes me like, okay, there's a little ringing.
And these are Republican
venues. Yes.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, like, am I like not wanted, or I'm being questioned? Like, I don't know. But in your case, as we the people represent him, is it better to say AZ Alliance or USA Alliance? I don't know which one is. They both you, right?
Yes.
So which one would you rather use like all the time?
I use AZ Alliance because it's my
local.
home.
Yeah. We the people, AZ Alliance. What is your I don't want to call the word agenda because that's not the agenda we're talking about. Can you come a little closer? It's okay.
Sure.
Because when I want you in frame, because we're family here. She knows. This is like a quick hookup after the church, because we're just trying to do the best we can. So what do you think, like, where are the direction politically now? Because this is heavy. I know you could handle that question. Politically, where are we right now? Where I know that at least getting advice from Shelby right now. Because I'm confused too.
I think we're at a day and age where we have to stop relying on the party to guide us and direct us. And we have to really search ourselves to find out what our principles and our values are.
Well, that's why I'm getting in trouble, because that's what I'm doing.
And you got to find candidates that believe how you believe. I think Bianca said it the best.
Yeah, today.
We need godly men and women in office.
Right.
So seek first those godly men and women and let politics take care of politics.
Right.
If they're not speaking truth, if they're not godly, if they're corrupt, we need to expose them. And then we need to take those godly men and women and we need to edify them and lift them up and help get them in the seats that God wants them in so that they can be righteous leaders.
Well, now you just answered, well, they call me he's rogue. I hear that word a lot, like George, Matt Real Talk Show. It's funny. He'll put the whole conversation, because, I put the whole And the reason why I do this now, we could say publicly, because you will be the people representative. She could tell me if I'm wrong. I won't only take it from her advice, because you're not in office where you could be held accountable. My question is, so when I put the speech from beginning to end, it might be boring, I understand. But for your district, it's not boring. Like if I'm running for District 8, like the gentleman I was speaking to before, his name Nick, running for city council.
Yes.
So he's running for District 8. I think District 8 needs to hear the whole conversation. You can't have just a little 2 seconds bite, see 3 seconds, and then the way I want to as a director and make them not good. You know what I mean? Not to make it good. So I wonder about that. How's that work?
Well,
That'll be a last statement here.
people, they naturally want to have their best foot forward, right?
Right.
They want those key moments
Yeah.
to shine, so they like edited pieces,
That's
edited
what I
videos.
think, yeah.
They don't want to see the quirkiness, like
now.
people like, can you move in
You
here?
gotta
You
move
need
it.
to
Can
get
you-
closer. Go to the light. You know, they want all that stuff cut out because they want to be superstars. But the reality is we are human and we're quirky and we do stupid things.
Well-
And that's what makes people relate to us.
Exactly.
And I love what you do.
Oh, thank you.
Put it all out there and let people see the rawness of human nature and who people are when they don't have the best hairdo or
Right.
the best makeup or the best lighting or
But you're speaking
any of those
truth,
things. But you're just speaking truth and letting people see everything in its good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right.
And then they can decide. They can really see people. We cannot just look at polished people anymore. That's
Well,
the
they keep
problem.
calling me the boring show, which is I get those messages. That's why I keep saying I'm boring, but it's boring, but it's imperative. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I always tell everybody, and that's the only fights I have back. But I would not stop, not put in all your full conversation. Like when you get on stage and you have this riveting conversation, because you speak truth from God. So how could I cut those conversations to make it like a little couple seconds? So it's up to the people to watch the 10, 15 minutes or not, right? It's like, that's why I put the whole thing in full. But how people, because we're going to end this because we already cut in on time. How could we, somebody, I could talk to you for hours, by the way. How could we reach for We the People AZL? I know the whole thing, but
Sure.
if you could talk to the audience.
Yes, if you'd like to reach us, you can visit our website at wethepeopleazalliance.com. You can email us at wethepeople@protonmail.com. So wethepeopleaz@protonmail.com or wethepeopleazalliance.com. So thank you, George.
Thank you. Listen, before you go, Shelby, that was not an interview. That was just two people chatting the truth, a little bit feeling how things are going. We didn't talk policies. We didn't even mention candidates. She has a lot of candidates she could talk about. That's going to be for another show. That's why I didn't ask you for it, because I don't like to put people on the spot. Because if you want to volunteer one day, I hope, because I need to learn as well. I'm getting confused. I'm on uncharted water because of what's happening with our election integrity. So it's putting me in the back seat a little bit to observe. With that said, just like I said in my earlier interviews, I want to tell you, this is where the Republic, the Constitution, and liberty and pursuit of happiness starts right here, because she's preserving it for all of you here in state of Arizona. And for the officials, the 500 influencers all over the world that watches my show, I want you to know, this is a name to remember, Shelby Busch. We the People, AZ Alliance. And I'm not going to forget Steve Robinson, because he'll kill me later. So at the end of the day, because, he's not here, but we have to say, I want to say this is a wrap. Today we did a production with two companies together. We joined, we did this big production, as you see, with allconservatives.com, and with you, MAP Real Talk Show host, George Nemmer. And we thank you. We don't say goodbye, we just say thank you. Until next time, stay tuned.